Hello, beautiful people. You're specially welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time coming across this channel, I say you're beautifully welcome. I remain your humble sister from another mother. My name still remains Her Excellency of the Federal Republic of my Kingdom, Tahila the Great. You're welcome. Yes, coming up next is the part 2 of the media chat held by the former governor of Rivers State, Nyesome Wike. And he made mention of important thing that the integrity group are not happy about, and I want us to talk about it in this video. Number one, Nyesome Wike hits hard on Dino on the way he replied Seyi Makinde at the just concluded peace retreat at Bauchi State. Number two, they still want, Nyesome Wike wants the leader of the governorship forum to return to Simi Fubara. That's the current governor of Rivers State. Now I want to ask you a question. How do you think the party will entrust giving Simi Fubara governorship forum when you work for APC while you are still in the party? So there won't be that trust. So those are the many things I want us to discuss in this second part of his media chat. Secondly, I want us to work together, because if whatever decision the party is taking does not really go down well with the integrity group, that means there's no yet peace. So let there be agreement between the integrity group and the main PDP, so that we'll have a good synergy and then we'll now have peace in this party. But before then, beautiful people, I want you to take your time, listen to him himself. Let us understand where he's coming from, and let me hear your thought at the comment section. Please do not forget to watch this video to the end. Keep watching. I'll be right back.
You're welcome back. It's still the media chat with the immediate past governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyesome Wike. Your Excellency, thanks for staying with us.
Thank you very much.
All right, so you were talking about the position of the Senate presidency, in the next assembly. First, you have not hidden your interest for the former governor, two-term governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Godswill Akpabio, a former senator himself. We keep wondering, what informed your choice of that candidate? Could he be the best among the lot?
Well, look at it this way. The way when you are doing elimination, how you can get to that. First of all, we are in support that the Senate presidency should come to the south. Like I said, there should be some balancing. Anybody who loves this country, who believes in the unity of this country, who believes that he wants this government to succeed, will not hesitate but to support the presidency of Senate to come to the south and the speakership to go to the north. Now let me tell you, I've said this before, except those who never wanted Aswani to be president. In a fight of presidency, there are stages. We have finished election now. That stage is gone. They will also make sure he does not succeed. How does he not succeed? To set up a stumbling block for him at the National Assembly. Right? Now, take for example, ordinarily, this shouldn't be. But with the complex nature of Nigeria, you can't run away from it. We told you the Muslim ticket was a problem. Coupled with the abysmal performance of APC. Abysmal performance of the last government. It was the double jeopardy. Very strong. PDP campaigned against it. That this country can have now a president, a Muslim, a vice president, Muslim. PDP can campaign with it. And let's not tell ourselves lies. Somehow, by the president's own luck, God being on his side, and his doggedness, he was able to make it. Mind you, a lot of people travel aside from Mr. President not to emerge as a president. A lot of people travel aside, even by the people in his own party. It is correct. There's no government in this world who is a ruling government, a ruling party, can bring up policy that will make your party to be unpopular toward an election period. No government. Within that period of the election, you brought the issue of data redesign. You brought the issue of there was no fuel. Two things that has to affect the masses. You will know it was a boo-boo trap set against Aswaju, not to emerge. Nobody can deceive me. Nobody can deceive me that that policy was not targeted at him. But as I said, God is infinite mercy. He gives power. Man can set all kinds of traps. And God can say, look, it's not my trap. This is man's trap. Therefore, jump and pass. Jump and pass, and he jumped and passed. You know, so, now, you want to take a Senate president again from the Muslim. You want to take Speaker again from the, look, you must not be, come on, what are we talking about? Mr. President is a Muslim. The Vice President is a Muslim. The Chief Judge is a Muslim. You want the Senate President to be a Muslim? What would you tell anybody? You have to be careful. It's only those who don't want the unity of this country can even have that kind of proposal. If you really love this country, for this country to be united, for this country to be indivisible, live and let live.
Well, some people also argue that if you flip the coin,
yes,
the president is from the south, the chief justice is from the south.
I'm coming. Don't rush, I'm coming.
Okay.
I have seen that argument, which holds no water. But I'm coming to that. If you do that, what signal are you giving out? You are trying to, from the beginning, to frustrate his administration. Because already, there has been an accusation that why he went to pick a Muslim was to run a Muslim agenda, Islam agenda, which is not correct. And he's trying to balance this thing now, so he would, Nigerians will not see all these accusations or rumors by lazy politicians. I say, look, if you want this country to be where it is balancing, give hope here. Give hope here. Let it not look as if we are not a religious government. And if anybody loves his administration, if anybody wants it to succeed, if anybody wants the unity of this country, you won't think twice to know that yes, the way it is now, the speakership is not. You want the state president to go to North. You can't say that. We must tell ourselves the simple truth. Now, when people say that, oh, how can he go to South? That's a Bangladesh. Rubbish argument. How? Buhari was there. Senate President was where? Speaker was where? CJ was not Tanko. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay, if you remove CJ, who was already there, it's not by election or by appointment. It was by his own position as the most senior in their hierarchy. Okay, let's not even go there. Are you telling anybody today that you want the way it is now, that you will not be hurting other sections of the country? Let's remove pride. Let's remove selfishness. APC should be jubilating that God has given them opportunity by the cause of PDP. God gave APC to repent from the sins they committed against Nigerians. God gave them this opportunity now. They want to bungle it again by bringing a crisis where at the end of the day, Nigerians will suffer. If you do not, if the Mr. President don't have a smooth administration now, at the end of the day, who suffers? Nigerians, is not. We, you say you, the masses. And we cannot come out now and say, listen, what you are doing will be a setback. Let us believe that all of us are one. Let's give everybody a sense of belonging. And when you begin to say this, people go and read all kinds of meanings. Oh, you don't like these people. You don't like who? Take, for example, that was the same thing that made PDP is this kind of impunity. It's impunity. You see what PDP did in the Bauchi recently? You know, when you raise up these things in our governance forum, PDP governance forum, and Nigerian governance forum, when the chairman of the governance forum, if in the ruling party becomes the chairman, the opposition party takes as the vice chairman. If the chairman is from north, when he finishes his term, somebody from the south takes. If he's from the south, remember, Fayemi finished. And his vice being Tambua, who was the PDP chairman, of the PDP governors forum chairman, right? Took over. Now, because he was acting capacity, Fayemi was the who had it fully. So the chairmanship position had to go to the north. And that's Akwara produced the chairman of governors forum. And then the vice, being the opposition now, PDP, had to come to south, being Shei. Now, Tambawa leaving office at the chairman of governors forum, who is from the north. The chairman of governors forum now ought to come to the south.
That's the PDP government.
Yes, ought to come from the south. Now, and that was the people, when you do a manipulation, you are happy you have manipulated, but you don't know the consequences of it tomorrow. When people begin to talk about those consequences, you say, oh, he's doing anti-party. What is the anti-party? Look at what you did. Impunity. The chairman of the government forum of PDP ought to come to the south. Tambawa hasn't finished. Now they went there, manipulated the system, and gave it to Bala, my friend. I have no problem with my friend. But in you, this thing you did wasn't right. Wasn't what I've been doing. And then if I was a governor, that wouldn't have happened. Let the entire heaven come down. For Christ's sake, what is wrong in people standing by the truth? Speaking by the truth. You have manipulated that. And I know where they're heading to. And they made to walk.
They made rivers.
Oh, well, for Christ's sake, for Christ's sake. We are talking about serious matters. They don't bring them. Who doesn't know what they're playing? What's that? I was there. I never said no police. We know what they did. See, you can't play everybody all the time. But let the world hear. When the crisis comes up tomorrow now, you say, oh, if they are doing agenda thing, you are the one setting crisis. We thought of what has happened to us in the last election, of impunity, of thinking you have the number. You went and did what you did. You saw the percussion. Now you have again, instead of setting the tone for reconciliation, showing that, look, we are all one. We continue to do our things the way we are doing it. You refuse. To you, you have won. You are happy. But again, having won, be happy. What will be the impact? Will people be committed? Will people be committed to that? Some people may not speak up. But how are you going to allow them to be committed in your party affairs? They won't. They will dig darling. They will dig darling. You mean of all this that happened to us, people can't take a lesson from this? That impunity is still there. You see how you started? So what we are trying to say here, it's not about religion or water, but Nigeria is a complex country. And everybody saw what happened in the last election. That you can now see how people came out. Those who are supporting this now are still the same people. I hear some PDP so-called leaders and said nobody should impose. But they forgot when they were in government. They were the one putting Senate president from all the Igbo, all the Southeast states. They were the ones. Now you are trying to bring somebody who is working with you to make sure this mass administration fails. Why do you do that? To the detriment of Nigerians. Why can't we know that? At the end of, look, Further, he's the president of Nigeria, and I believe in 4 years. That is what you want, Mr. President. I think this is fine. Allow him. Let us see where the excuses will come from. When there is no smooth relationship but the leadership of the National Assembly and the presidency, you can't have a very good administration.
No.
Check it, it has happened severally. You remember when Saraki was there was no good relationship between the leadership and the presidency. It was a problem. It was a big problem. And that affected the administration.
So you're saying that if, let's say, Senator Akpabio gets to be Speaker of the Senate, President of the Senate, there will be a good relationship with
No, so what I was saying here, first of all, you have created that there's hope. You have given these people from this side sign that, look, we are not excluding anybody. You are creating a look. It's not about religious thing, balancing the various segments. That's what I'm trying to say. And two, I'm coming. And two, seeing that the president is also in support, right, of Akpabio. Seeing that if the president was not in support, or is not in support, then that's a different issue. But having seen that, look, the president is not support. If he's coming to the south, by their rules, he comes to south side. He's the most senior. Ordinarily, if that rule was not there, probably, people might go to Oshomole. Probably. But by their rules, you must be a ranking senator.
The
So,
question
I
is,
first,
if
no,
I may come here,
yes,
the
yes.
question then is, this rubber stamp stigma that has been on the National Assembly throughout the last administration, if it goes the way of the president and his team, picking this president of the Senate, nominating someone for the president and someone for the speaker, wouldn't that rubber stamp situation still remain?
Look, let me tell you what's called rubber stamping. In the Congress of America, the Trump does say it must be so person. There were negotiations and negotiations and negotiations and negotiations. But that's not the point. What is called rubber stamping? What is called rubber stamping? So, if Mr. President brings something that's wrong, and as a Senate President, I will take knife and put on the neck of every senator. Let us stop this. When people don't want to do what they're supposed to do, when people are given responsibilities and cannot live up to their responsibilities, you say, Robatan, Lawan, did he not say anything that Buhari brings, he will approve it? Anything. He did not qualify it now. Even the last minute, I put my even 4 days to go. But that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making, our democracy has not grown to that level, to that extent, where you say that we know party influence. No, party must have influence. Party must have influence. I mean, you didn't run as an independent candidate. You know what? Party gave you ticket. There's nowhere in the choice of leadership position that a party does not make input. No democracy.
Your Excellency, is it just about Senator Godswill Akpabio being a ranking member of the Senate, or are there more? Is there more to
No.
than just
I have
want you to tell us why you have made up your mind to support his
No. Look at it. Look at it. First of all, what I've said is this. If they say the Senate President is coming to the South, Southwest is ruled out. And you have Southeast and South-South. Now they give them who of the zones? I said it has never worked well in the Southeast Coup Kantaku. Coup Kantaku. Coup Kantaku. Today is Wabara. That day is this person. The next 24 hours is like that. They have had up to 6, 7 Senate presidents. And in the South side, you have not had only late Joseph Wires. So when you do by elimination, then the next president is South side. Who of the senators? I have a Sri Lankan senator, but he's a PDP member. He can't go and contest for the leadership. Democrats said it is the ruling party that produced the leadership. If it was not so, I've also told my senator, who's the one to go, and let us contest it. But it is the ruling party, it's not in the ruling party. Right? In Cross River State, the senator that the ruling king person there is in PDP, Senator Ijaribe. In Edo, there's nobody ranking. In Abia, the ranking are PDP members. In Delta, there's no ranking. So you see. So the only person that's in the ruling party in the South, that's ranking now, is Akpabio. That's the point I'm making here. So, so you can go to Subode. I told you here, if that their order, if that their convention or rule was not there, probably, people would have gone to Oshimani. Why? Maybe even true. There are also problems around that. And again, looking at that, the party and the presidency or the president appears to have a soft spot for Akpabio. I would have thought, look, allow this administration to start in a very good foundation. So nobody gives us excuses that why this administration couldn't start in a good footing because of the rancor in the National Assembly between the executive and the legislature. And that time to go to. What excuses again are we giving? Who are going to suffer? You will come up on sunrise and begin to analyze. You will come up on AIT Kayaki and begin to say this. But that is the truth. Now we should be able to tell Nigerians, let us solve one problem. Why do we start from this land? Who is telling you is the imposition? Who is telling you that? Who is telling you that anybody is a problem? This is the language they use. If I say, I have a soft spot for you, I'm only appealing for you to see reasons. Apart from even that, look at the problem we have in Nigeria. You can't allow the Senate president to go this way. It will cause a lot of crash. That's what I'm doing. Let me see, leave theory and face reality. I ask you here, were you not aware that that ticket, modeling ticket, was an issue in this country? That to the point that the opposition parties, like my own party, used it for campaign. That Nigeria is not ripe for now to have presidency and vice presidency to be one religion. Even though people like us never, but I would say, well, I think the strategy mainly is maybe he has weighed that he's likely to win if he does that. And let me win first and then balance up things. And that's what I saw.
We'll wait for the next list and see if you take that next list and when the authentic list finally comes out.
But still talking, but still talking about the National Assembly, because the dynamics in the House of Representatives is a little different from the Senate. Now, we see that the ruling party has about 177 members, which is the single ruling party, but the others, all the opposition come together, have more numbers than the ruling party.
Who are the opposition?
The PDP, the NMP.
Which are the factions of PDP?
Yes.
you know, nobody there can tell my state what to vote. You know that. What will you tell us to vote? Why will you tell us? Did you send the logistics for election money or for election to us?
So you are also going to support the candidate backed by the APC.
Of course, it's not about who we are going to. We know. They are unaware. Who will give me the directive? Who will give them? Is it those that wanted them to fail the election in our state? Is it those that never bothered whether they are running an election? No 10 kobo was given as a party to support their candidates. They abandoned them. Now, how can you now come and direct them? No. Everybody has where he gets his own support. So when you are counting that, then you're not being realistic. Two, you think that Sheyi will support them from Oyo? No. You think that all of our people we have another say will support them? No. So if that is the number you are counting, you're making a big mistake.
You're referring to the G5, is that it?
Not only G5, we have integrity group.
Okay.
We have integrity group. Look, G5 are governors, but in the group we have integrity group. People like Jang are members, Olabode George are members, Donald Duke are members, Mimiko are members, Fire Shoot are members, Jerry Kennedy are members.
Yeah, but they don't have members.
No, it is not correct.
Okay.
It can be 2, it can be 3.
That they can influence.
Of course. Jerry Gada's son, did you know when he has of reps?
Yes, let's hear your
In Plateau, do you know what happened? In Edo, do you know what happened? So, see, I've told you. See, this game is not the way you see it. See a permutation now. It has come to that. That's their own number. Who told you everybody in Labour Party will support where the president candidate? Who told you that? You will just sit in one place. Listen. How many of them gave body to those who emerged in Labour Party? Some of them emerged accidentally. So you don't think that, because you're a presidential candidate.
So they have a mind of their own.
Of course. You mean that like our state is now, what we suffered, what we passed through, the conspiracy against us, and we're able to survive it? And then you will see somewhere that you are what? To direct River State. How can you do that?
Your Excellency, we would have thought that now that elections are over and then we're looking at addressing the issues of the new government, that the peace would have been restored in the People's Democratic Party. But from your tone, Your Excellency, it seems that seems to be very...
Look at people who want to make peace. You started with the impunity life. What's supposed to come to start? You have taken it again. So who is the one making peace or who is the one making trouble now? Is it you that say, look, what you are doing is not good? Are you the one making trouble? I have taken it to them. Look at it. You have conscience. This thing you did, is it right? Is it how we have been doing it? It's not when you take, as you finish, this person will take. It's not what we have been doing. How come now you've done it again? I mean, I don't understand us.
Is there a future for the PDP?
It is those who are doing what they should tell us. We want the future of the party. That's why we are saying the right thing should be done. So everybody will be happy. People will come and say, look, now we are seeing signs that are trying to put ourselves together.
Your Excellency,
let us work towards that.
Is there a future for the PDP?
I have told you here. Listen, your parents sent you to school because they want you to have a future. Right? It's not easy to go to the school. You start going outside to smoke Indian hemp and this and that and that. What future are you setting for yourself? Your parents have sent you, believing that they are building a future for yourself, for you. And you don't have to enter the classroom. Every time you're outside, smoking. Are you building a future for yourself?
That's a future under the bridge.
Under the bridge. Now, I have said, look, we have a problem. And this problem was not resolved. You remember, if you watch that program, when Sheyi said, listen, let us tell ourselves the simple truth. We had problems. And we were unable to resolve those problems. And that affected our election. Now he's happy that the governors are here. That shows that we are willing, right, to start. And look at, instead of people to, you know what somebody said? Dino, you know what he said? Governor Cheyi should show that reconciliation by coming to the tribunal. What are Sheyi going to tribunal to do? So when Sheyi goes there, the judges will look at Sheyi has come, and then they will win. I mean, look, we are talking about something serious. A governor stood up to say this, and somebody stood up to start, I don't know, to start that reconciliation. You have to come to, look at how you reduce, I mean, you trivialize issues. A governor stood up to say, I'm happy that our governors are here today. We must tell ourselves the simple truth. We had issues. We were unable to resolve those issues. But now we have come. I think the first step to telling Nigerians we really want to put ourselves together. Instead of you to applaud that or to back him up, you said, let the governor, if it's really serious, let them come to tribunal. It's to them. Them going to the tribunal is making them to win the case. Going to do the job of lawyers. They interpret the document by themselves. You have lawyers. I want them to do their work.
But something also happened this last week.
Yes.
The Benue State High Court.
Yes.
The judgment delivered by the Chief Judge of that state.
Yes.
Affirmed the,
yes.
the suspension and expulsion of
yes.
the former chairman.
Yes.
So effectively, that means that position is open. Do you think that that is where the reconciliation should start from? Maybe a dissolution of the NWC for a new national work committee to be...
Sincerely, if people are sincere, no, power is something else. Power, this, the president of the NWC, are they willing? Or the acting national is he willing to do that? They will tell you that the matter is in court, let's finish the tribunal matters. And I'll keep on going. Those things don't bother me. For me, when we shouted that the right thing must be done, and which would have not led us to where we are. Go and check. How was the election won and lost? Go and check. Go and check. How was the election won and lost? It will tell you clearly. Clearly, you see, all those PDP leaders from the southeast who go there, sit like this and make noise, they couldn't give their president candidate up to 10%. Not one. He said, Obi was on election. Obi was on election, then we cannot get to 5%. But what has Obi on election got to do with you having 25%? Look at in the south. What happened? They didn't get 25%. Customer, they didn't get 25%. River, they didn't get 25%. Are these not called PDP states? Are these not called? So what happened in Cross River State? I won't tell you what they started. PDP came third. Look at what happened in those states. PDP came third. Look at what happened here. PDP came third. Look at what happened in Benue State. PDP came third. Look at what happened in Plateau. PDP came third.
If the needful is done, will you be willing to come back to the party?
Am I not in the party? The governor is the leader of my party is the governor. All National Assembly PDP. All House of the PDP.
You just talked about factionalization.
No, that is the point I'm making. Yes, if we are not doing the right thing, some people say, okay, do what you're doing. We are doing what we are doing. Anytime we are ready to, I say we are willing. But the point of saying, you have shown the wrong signal again. Just now, you showed the wrong signal. I was telling you what happened in Bauchi, that I thought would have been used as a platform to sincerely let Nigerians know, yes, we have had abuses, we are ready to make amends. And with that way, people say, well, it's a good step, it's a good direction. Yes, let's follow up. I'll see how it works out. But it's nothing to do, you hit the hard one.
What role would you play? What role would you play in ensuring that your party, PDP, comes back the way it was?
The role I'm playing, look at the role I played. Making sure my party took over the state. It's a PDP state. If I didn't want, I would have gone to sleep and let my party fail. If their party fails here, what relevant are we again? It's not true. So, me that have done that by giving us 3 senators, by giving us 12 National Assembly, by giving us 32 over 32 House of Assembly, and those who couldn't even get one, what role do they have to play in the party? I'm the one. We are the ones that have what it takes now to make PDP more relevant. That's what we're trying to say. And I said, look, do the right thing. We are ready to follow. But don't do the wrong thing intentionally and then come to tell me, hey, it has happened. That is one language I don't like. You still openly and rob somebody. And then you come back to tell me, it has happened. That's very insulting. Very, very insulting.
Your Excellency, your party, one of the things that your party has always talked about is power to the people, right?
Yes.
But right now, the people of Nigeria may not be too happy with your party and the ruling party, so to speak. The subsidy is gone, and the impact of it is spreading like
what do you mean by power to the people? That they remove subsidy means that the power is not coming to the people?
Tell you that their purchasing power, for instance, is no longer there. It's dwindling by the day, by the second. So let's discuss this subsidy matter, for instance. Yes, subsidy is being removed.
So
what should government be doing?
Look, you see, that's the problem I have with Nigerians. What happened in the discussion? Why did Labour now suspend the strike? Are you telling me that simply because, are you not aware that this is horrible? You spend ₦1 trillion every month. The money that should have been used for other purposes. If you're talking about palliative, for example, I thought what the NLC and TUC, in the first place, NLC made a mistake. Come now to adopt a candidate first. By adopting a candidate, you cannot now come and say, speak. No, you can't do that. It's like there's conflict. You may be right, but the position where you are standing has made you conflicted. But let us even leave that. What I thought, and which is what they are doing now. Every governor, everybody we have been shouting that this subsidy should be removed. It's not today. Starting from Jonathan's time, and when he talked about it, they wanted to shut down the whole country. Yes, but the reality is that this is a risk scam. Calculate how much. If you work out with government in terms of palliatives, this money that we are spending every month, for example, if we divert it, if we use it for that purpose, what are the purposes? To cushion the effect or the hardship on the people. But again, I don't want to believe that the only masses, when Labour talks about masses, is only civil servants. I don't want to believe that. And that's the mistake they're making. Labour can't speak for me. Labour can't speak for those who are not working. Labour only speaks for their civil servants, for their members, with all due respect. Yes. Yes. There are a lot of people who are suffering, who don't have work. So why can't this money be used to provide employment? Why can't this money be used to do other things? Must everything be civil servant, civil servant? You mean a country as we are spending such humongous amount of money every month as subsidy? I can't. Nigerians would like to dance to the gallery. Sometimes when I watch what people say on newspapers, on television, I just laugh. I said, come on. Are you people, I'm not saying you, but you don't like me that to be attacked. Part of the problem is the wrong message you send out to the public. When some of us, when we see them to hear what you send out to the public, I say, please turn off this.
All right. But still on that issue, beyond the issue of increasing worker salary, because like you said, only those who are civil servants will benefit. If you are advising the government...
Look, infrastructure is supposed to be grown. Infrastructure is supposed to be developed. You can have to reduce the issue of, for example, sit-down labor in terms of transportation. What do we do to cushion the effect so that the hardship does not get to the level where it is difficult for other people to even pay for transport. So government can come and look, see that. How to provide transportation for the public? These are things that can be worked out. How do we develop this infrastructure that is lacking? Seriously. If Nigeria, take for example, if Mr. President, look, there's 1 trillion, for example, we can spend this 1 trillion. Can we take, for example, 200, 300 billion, for example, from that 1 trillion? Every month you are putting infrastructure in this country. Sincerely. Not just for the sake of talking. Nobody will see the money. I'm talking about sincerely to build the infrastructure, the roads. We move where we are today. Not just saying we have put in this money, nobody sees it. It's just like, for example, when I hear Uncle Brewers, and Central Bank will tell us they spend 360 something billion for Uncle Brewer rice. Where is the food? Where is the rice? Even when you find they say it's very expensive. And nobody sits down to actually say, hey, come on. You guys spend 300 something billion for rice production in Nigeria. Hi. Can I see where the rice is? You see, I believe that people who don't want this country to grow, who don't mean well for this country, are those who are instigating, putting crisis. There are those who believe that Nigeria is their own. There are some people, some of them are retired generals. They sit in their houses and think to control everybody. They will direct you what to do. If you don't do this, you become an enemy. And when you resist it, they say you're not a humble and loyal person. What is humility? What is loyalty? When people are crying. It's like you see me here today when I was governor. I see there are no roads in Port Harcourt, no development, no infrastructure. And then you will tell me somebody say he put me. I shouldn't do those roads. I mean, what kind of system is that? What kind of system is that? And that is what we have been having in this country. Anybody who can take decision in this country, nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. All they want, somebody whom they will come to see me so place now. You run down there. You want to take something, a step that will move the country forward, they sabotage it. And that's what is going on now. That is what is going. Those who believe that Aswaju is strong, he's firm. Hey, look at this guy. If we allow this guy, we may not breathe very well here. So people sit there in their houses to do that. So let us stop him from now. And how do we stop him? Make him have a problem in National Assembly. It's part of crisis for you. It has always happened.
All right. So let's we have time for just maybe some short questions, which will also require short answers from you. Okay. Maybe one more question. Okay. Maybe do you want to have your first
question? Yes, I want to have the question. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Excellency, as reporters will go out to do stories and then you get to a blocked drainage and then you're interviewing the people and they tell you, we want government to help us clear the gutters. They want government to do everything for them. Now, from your own side, what would you expect that Nigerians should also do to help this government to succeed?
I've told you that I've never seen people who like everything free. Look, you create refuse. Government say, put the refuse here. Can you pay 10 naira in way carrying this refuse? No, cannot do that. Why? It's free. Okay. Don't even you pay. But help me, take the refuse and come and take it. They look left, they look right. Nobody. You point it. Somebody is selling corn on the road. He will peel the corn. Then he will take it and fill the drainage. Now, one of these days, I was passing. I just stopped. I was a governor then. I said, come on, pack all of them. See, this is the road. This is LNG. The road I did this road. How can you do this here now? How can you do this? Oh, now here where they find what we will chop. I no talk so make you not find what you will chop. Because if now they find something, now make you go that everywhere. He said, okay, I saw you. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do them again. I said, okay, leave me. I used another car. I didn't go with Serene, nothing. I go there. I went there. How about madam? How about madam? What in be this? Nigeria is a very difficult place. Look, it is not easy. But that is not an excuse why government must not live up to expectation. We should also know the limits of government. It is not an easy thing. So for me, it's continue to appeal to understand that, look, this is only in terms of health. What are diseases that emanate because of this? And then flooding. Because when you have blocked all the drainages, then there'll be flood. Then when they're flooded, you start shouting. Government is not doing anything. Who caused that flood?
All right, Netta, are you ready for your question? Or I should take yours? Okay, my own slots will be in most of the states now.
Yeah.
New governors, particularly where we have new governors, are really not a very heavy debt. Some have tons and tons of uncompleted projects that have been passed on to them from their predecessors. In the case of Rivers, it's not so as far as projects are concerned, but in terms of debt, we really don't know whether Governor Sim Fubara has a heavy burden on him.
He cannot have a heavy burden. He was accountant general. He knew where we were. He knew. See, the truth must be told. I wonder every time when they said debt management office, they publish list of the states. I wonder. I call the what do you call them? The DG. Is it? I don't know what they call them. It's not the DG director. I don't know. I said, why are people getting this debt? I don't know whether they say military those days. For me, as former governor who presided over this state for 8 years, I am not owing any bank a dime. The only money, let me tell you, Access Bank and Zenith Bank are the only two banks we use. We don't use any other bank. So let me check anywhere. The other thing is that the money Federal Bank gave us a bill, which they deduct from the federation account. Well, as loan from commercial banks, what we are owing since as was living 3.something billion, and that they collect it monthly. Every month they collect from our IGL about 900 to 1 billion now. So zero debt. It is not equal. That's why it is difficult. It is difficult for any bank. Let them publish that Rivers State government is owing Bank A this. Rivers State government is owing Bank B. So we're on a very stable note, very stable ground, very stable. That's why whatever it is, look at most of the jobs we do. We pay through our IGR. General Berger, collect this every month. Yes, you collect this every month. You collect this every month. Right? What remains? 3 billion. Fine. It is 3 billion. Our own government. and I also tell you, I pay pensioners every month. And we're paying gratuities. That was left for me. From 2015, I came. Today, I've done the promotion of the major civil servant before I made a promise, and that will be fulfilled. Today I was going to employ so number of thousands of people. I've also fulfilled that. What do you think that makes me feel so big, moving around and smiling? Because there's nothing, that's nothing. I mean, my hands are just so, but it is difficult for other states to come out and say that. It's very difficult.
You did not answer a question we asked you earlier categorically, so I'll bring it up again.
What's that?
And then this other one. You did not say whether you'll accept an appointment if you're given yes or no. Will you accept an appointment?
You can ask me that kind of question. First of all, I'm not lobbying for an appointment.
Okay.
For Christ's sake. And I cannot only be important because you are giving me an appointment. Okay. I mean, you should look at me very well. 2, Mr. President has not called me. You owe respect. If Mr. President calls you, I say, look, yes, I want you to serve. Maybe I will ask in what capacity do I serve? Right? He said, look, I want us. Okay, thank you, sir. I have political team. I have a family. I won't just sit them there without talking to anybody and just say, oh yes. I'm not, look. I'm not begging for, when people take.
Yes, you've taken my time.
No, I have to talk. You cannot get answer. Listen, you cannot, hold on. Let me tell you. We're not in objective. Yes, no, I have to explain to you how it is done. You don't go and say, will it take or not? What kind of question is that? Right. At my level, I should ask you, what you give, I will take. No, circumstances will tell you. So you never can tell. But respect the man.
So Mike,
yes. From the latest engagement of organized labor with government, they are demanding for 200,000 as minimum wage. I wonder what you see as realistic when it comes to minimum wage.
You can sit anywhere and ask anything. Where will you get the money from? There are certain problems you must, first of all. Labor, what have they done to making sure our production quota hits 2 million per day? What have you done? Where will you get the money from? First of all, solve certain problems. When you solve that problem, then you're getting the revenue. Then based on the revenue you're getting, you can say, listen, now that things are stabilized, now that things are like this, we think this should be the minimum wage. And this also be the minimum contribution as a civil servant should contribute. Yes, you see, this attitude. Look, I was a minister, and what I found out in the ministry was rubbish in terms of budgeting. How could anybody, every of the budget, instead of to put money in infrastructure, money is being put to buy computer. Every day, year by year, computer. What kind of system is that? These are civil servants. Just go and see. When I go to I was Minister of State Education. I called the federal government colleges. I said, what kind of budgeting is this? You want to build dining. You put 2 million. How can 2 million build a dining for you? You don't have a library. And I said, listen, this cannot be the pattern again. The pattern is choose 3 key projects for this year. These 3 projects, you finish them this year. So stop putting this 10 million, 2 million. Put like 100 million in this project. That is the requirement. As you finish this, next year, you take up other projects. This attitude of, and again, the part of the problem is National Assembly. And because the way the budgeting is done, you cannot achieve anything.
Your Excellency, we really have to go. Because we let you, there's still so much to talk about. And hopefully we'll come back and have this conversation again. But I want to thank you so much. Your Excellency, Chief Nyesome Wike. Thank you for speaking with us. And it's been a fantastic time. I do hope that the viewers out there and those who are coming into power will draw a lot of lessons from what you've done. I mean, from local government to state, to federal, back to state, and now you're going into retirement. We wish you a restful period.
I wish you all of that.
We wish you a restful period in your retirement until whenever you're called up again to come and serve the nation. Thank you so much. And on behalf of myself and my colleagues from NT and Miriam, from AIT, Abdullah Benga, and from TVC, Mr. Okoche, I want to say thank you so much for letting us be a part of your day, and bye-bye. I'm Neo Time.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Are we done?
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you all in my comment section. Let's discuss detail about it. Thank you.